I bought another pop, 3 first appearances, a number 1, a slab. Oh my God, what am I thinking about this? God damn, do I love the Ramones. Oh shit! I didn't realize I was recording. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Otto coming to you live and direct from the grotto. I didn't realize this was happening. Let me turn this down a little bit. Cranking the Ramones, man. It's a great morning here down in the grotto. So I spent some money, spent $150. I'm going to show you guys, but please stay tuned for our sick intro. Stay tuned.
Banded together from remote galaxies are 13 of the most sinister villains of all time, the Legion of Doom. Dedicated to a single objective, the conquest of the universe. Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat.
You know what? I hope I really don't get dinged on that, man. Hope you like that intro. Hope you like the Ramones. So, backstory. I went to meet my good friends, J&S Collectibles, Jill and Steve. They have a small shop at Jeremy's Antiques here in Connecticut. And they have a big Fire and Ice Festival, which is really, really cool. So I took the Warrior Queen. We went shopping. I knew it was going to have a big sale. I was looking for some stuff. So I bought some books. I spent $150. And this is what I got. So what was really neat about it was anything $6 or below was only $1. Okay. And I am working on 3 goals that I want. That 3 goals of my comic collecting goal is to have ASM 1 to 300, long way away from that. FF 1 to 300, long way away from that. And Daredevil 1 to 200, closing in on that. So I'm buying some fillers. I'm also buying some other stuff. And you know what? I'm kind of digging the New Mutants. And I don't know if you guys are, but I was a big fan of the New Mutants when it first came out, when Bob McLeod and Chris Claremont did it. You know, is the book's worth a lot of money? It's not. I like the trailer. I did a review. Please check that out. Before we get started, we always want you to check out our sponsors, Rocket Comics, and check out their link and all their pressing services. We also have our 3 Men in the Basement comic book swap coming up. Hope you guys can join us for that. Should be a lot of fun. But here's what I got. So these books were 20% off, and I bought 3 first appearance. Well, actually, one was $1 because it was a little bit dinged up. And then I bought 2 other ones for $10, which was really $8 each. So I spent $17 on 3 first appearances of the Spirit Bear, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, could possibly be the villain in the New Mutants movie. So grabbed those up. Thought it was a great price. Picked them up. One is definitely slabbable, but I'll probably see if I can get a slab copy if I wanted to, maybe 1, 2, and 3 slab to have for my collection. Now, I did buy a slab, and I'm going to show that to you later, okay? And that's a book of a character who's been rumored in this past couple weeks to be showing up in Captain Marvel 2. And that's the long-term spec list. And what else did I get? For $1, X Factor number 1. Not in great shape. Good reader copy. I've got a pretty nice copy, but, you know, number 1 of Mutants. Pretty good book for $1. Now, here are some fillers. These were all $1. Daredevil, 58. 60. Classic cover right there. Stuntmaster, 64. You could tell Daredevil was in a bad way when he were coming out with his villains in this series. 76. Think Tank in 133. 142, I already have this book. I don't know why I picked it up. And then I got Torpedo 127 and 128. I definitely don't have these books. So trying to get all the Daredevils 1 to 200. That's when I started collecting it. And I think I'll be good with that run. Anything over that I really don't want. I stopped at the Frank Miller run. Did pick this up for $8. New Avengers. First appearance of the Illuminati, possibly. Try to get these books. You know, this makes it to the big screen. This is a good flip. You know, I'm not going to make, enough to retire on, but a couple copies, near mint condition. I'll make some of that money. It's all about funding the hobby. Now, I have picked up another, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but there is a run of books that I want to collect. And it all started with one issue, like it always does for us collectors. That's the Mad Bomb Captain America book that was done by Jack Kirby when he returned to Marvel. So I've been buying them very slowly. And I know I didn't have this book, X-Men 195 and issue 200. Look at this. An anniversary issue, classic Captain America, classic Falcon, anniversary issue, $1, $2. You can't even buy a coffee at Dunkin' for these beautiful books. Jack Kirby in his return to Marvel. Great books. Another book I got for $1, a number one. What could you get for $1 for a number one? Well, if you guys don't know, in my previous video, I've been starting to buy the Atlas Comics number one. For all of you guys that don't know, Atlas Comics was a time where people at Marvel thought they could do their job without Stan Lee and start their own comic book company. Didn't work too well. But I've been buying these number ones as I find it. This is Morlock 2001. I believe there were 18 first issues of Atlas Comics. And I believe this makes number 12. So I'm 2/3 of the way done. This is an Al Milgrom and Jim Giordano cover. All right. So these guys left Marvel to see if they could do it, and they went back. I also have some Fantastic Four books because I have 2. Don't have 3. I have 4, 5. Don't have 7. I've got the keys in the 40s. Got some fillers for Small Ehillman. Got a lot of 195 to 300, the John Byrne run. Now that was a bad time for the Fantastic Four, so you can get these books cheap. So for $1, FF 169, FF 185, and 209. 209, the first appearance of Herbie. All right. Yeah, pick those up. Also, I'm a big What If guy. Love What Ifs. Pick this book up. This is a really cool book if you're into the celestial aspects of the Marvel Universe. It's got a lot of the players, the Living Tribunal, the Champion, a lot of the Elders and stuff like that. What if Korvac? What if the Avengers became pawns of Korvac? Just a good book. Can't wait to read this. Read it as a kid, but definitely going to read it again. Now, while I was there, I'm going to keep the 2 of my most funnest purchases till the end. While I was there was a comic book shop called Wonderland Comics, which I've never been to. And I was pleasantly surprised of how, 1, well organized it was, 2, their back issues, their wall books. A little pricey, but a store that I would definitely visit if and when they do have a sale. So shout out to Wonderland Comics. Maybe do a live show from them at some point if they're watching. But I did pick up 2 current books from our buddy Livio Ramondelli. I picked up one of my favorite Transformers books, Transformers Galaxies. Right here, Constructicons Rising. This was his cover that he did. And this was the variant. So can't wait to finish this. This is a great book. For you guys who don't know, here's the link. Actually, I'll put it on this side. Here's the link to the video that we did with Livio when he talked about his books and everything that is coming. He's currently doing Kill Lock. It's issue number 2. It's selling out everywhere. He writes it. He's done it all, draws it. It's absolutely a fantastic story about some killer bots. Now, I've been buying pops as accessories. I've got a Doom pop up here above me you can't see. I've got, the Tick. I've got a Harley. I've got a Spider-Gwen. I've got an OBJ. Yeah. And as those of you guys don't know, I also have a pretty cool Hulk 181 display. So while I was at Wonderland Comics, I saw Wolverine, and it caught my eye because it was the Herb Trimpe Wolverine with the OG mask. And what's really cool is it's got 181 on the back. So this is going to go in my Hulk 181 display. Pretty cool. I'm going to do that after I do this video and set them up. And I've got some figures down there. I've been collecting them, and it's just been a really cool selection of figures to my favorite comic book of all time, and probably my favorite Marvel character being Wolverine. All right. Now, here's the slab that I bought. The slab was a book that I've had before, not as a slab, but it was a book that I bought off the rack. Didn't really care for it at the time, but I knew whose first appearance it was, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And I see a lot of people buying them up, and I've been holding off. I do have 1 or 2 copies, not, gradable copies, but when the mutants come to the MCU, if they are talking about Captain Marvel 2 and bringing, a villain in, if they're talking about the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, if they are talking about a very powerful female character, if they are talking about introducing Rogue into the MCU. That would be a great time to do it. This is her first appearance, Avengers Annual number 10. This is a 9.4. I paid $80 for this. I checked on eBay. Some 9.4s are going for $120, $135. Got a couple raw copies in the works too, so I'm going to get those. I am seriously thinking about sending this to Rocket Comics and having it signed 5 times by them. Rocket Comics is our comic book presser and for one of our sponsors for all comic book signature needs. And I can almost guarantee that this was never pressed. So if I can get Rocket Comics to press this, get it signed 5 times and bring this up to a 9.6, maybe a 9.8, I don't know. But I do get good bumps with them. So I might be sending this book out to them. Nice colors, real sharp. You can see all the stuff going on. I remember this story, reading it. It's kind of a whack story. This was a bad time for the Avengers in the early 80s, 81. So yeah. So those are the books that I picked up. I spent $150 on everything. This was $80. The pop was $11. That's $190. 2 current books. All right, let me see. I got 80, 91, bring it to 100, and I got 50 back issues. So pretty happy with all those books that I spent $150 on. So shout out to J&S Collectibles. Shout out to all you guys who follow 3 Men in the Basement, Lords of the Long Box. We have our big comic book swap coming up. I want you guys to please check that out. Subscribe, share. We're at 1050 for subscribers. Thinking about doing a little 50 sub giveaway. I'm going to be thinking about that in a week. So guys, as always, comment, share, like our videos. Let us know if you're coming to the comic book swap. Hit us up. On Instagram, I'm Everett Otto. On Facebook, I'm Otto Grotto. Check out Nemesis Prime Shot, Roger Levesque, Bernie 1869, my brothers at Lords of the Long Box, TiVo, Darkside Jedi, Milton and Manimal. On behalf of all of those cool cats on Instagram, and on behalf of you guys, thank you very much for always watching our videos. I'm truly blessed to be part of a community, and guys, I appreciate it. Now let's find out if I get dinged for the Ramones. Peace out. Out.